Welcome to this e-learning session about the Dentsply Sirona digital universe. My name is Tim and it's a pleasure to have you all with me today. Thank you very much for your interest in our solutions and for your continued support to enhance digital dentistry with our products and solutions together. To get started, let us jointly explore what we will cover in this learning session today. Today's learning session will evolve around the Dentsply Sirona digital universe consisting of DS Core and additional service and support solutions to enhance your dental practice. After having completed this training, you will have developed a sound understanding about the various solution components of the Dentsply Sirona digital universe and about which benefits each solution brings to a dental practice or lab. As the Dentsply Sirona digital universe is still a relatively new concept, let us firstly define what we exactly mean by this term and start with the basics. The Dentsply Sirona digital universe is a digital ecosystem. So the digital interplay between various products and solutions combined into a network, with the goal of making the whole more than the sum of its parts. With our new portfolio, this ecosystem is embodied by DS Core, our open, cloud-based platform that seamlessly connects to Dentsply Sirona equipment in your practice and expands the service offering from there on. The goal of DS Core is to make your workflows more efficient and easier to use so that you can spend your time with treating patients instead of making technology work together for you. DS Core makes your workflows more seamless, more secure, and your practice better connected. If you are attending this e-learning session today, you are already very familiar with some of the products and solutions that Dentsply Sirona offers. Let us take a moment to put DS Core into context of Dentsply Sirona's product portfolio and our vision for the future of digital dentistry. With DS Core, we aim to make our various solutions more integrated, make them work together as a team. And we want our solutions to be aligned up along the journey a patient takes when coming into your practice, from the diagnosis to the final treatment delivery and the after-patient care. We take all of our equipment, intraoral scanners, X-ray devices, and others, and we enable you to do more with the data that you generate on a daily basis. This implies efficient collaboration with specialists, peers, the lab, and the patient herself. And this also implies enabling clinical workflows, such as restoring and replacing teeth, but also moving teeth to achieve a more aesthetic treatment outcome. DS Core is at the heart of this philosophy. But DS Core is also a journey that we invite you to follow and jointly shape together. By adding workflow by workflow and discovering areas where digital dentistry can improve your everyday work together. Let us start having a closer look at DS Core, the centerpiece of our digital universe. DS Core is a cloud platform where all of our software and service solutions will gradually move to. But what does this mean for you, and why do we need a cloud platform at all? Let us find out together. First of all, let us start with an illustration to help you put the concept of DS Core into context. Imagine all of the procedures that you offer in your clinic today. Imagine how many different technologies you touch during every procedure along the patient journey. You will likely start recording the patient information. You will take a scan of the patient to make a diagnosis and perform further treatment planning on. You will also likely share the data with either your lab or with other staff in your dental clinic. After all, dentistry is a team sport. And you will likely use technology to engage digitally with the patient. For all of those steps at the moment, you will likely use many isolated software and service solutions that do not really connect seamlessly to each other. This is what we would like to change with DS Core. One platform to digitally serve the patient from start to finish. And this is the vision of DS Core. And as you can imagine, making this vision become reality will require huge efforts and a huge commitment from Dentsply Sirona over the next years. In the previous years, we have already built the capabilities to develop and bring DS Core to market. We fundamentally changed how we develop software, how we interact with customers for product development, and also how much faster we want to bring software to market. I would like to provide you with two examples that illustrate how Dentsply Sirona is committing to bring the vision of DS Core to life. First, we have opened a new software development hub in Zurich in Switzerland, with the goal of gaining access to the best talent and partners in the world to help us develop DS Core technically. In our new office in Zurich, we even have set up a fully functioning dental practice so that we always think about how our solutions will be used in a dental practice from day one. Second, we have partnered with Google Cloud to help us bring a high-performing and secure cloud platform to market. For us, this partnership means DS Core is powered by Google Cloud, and we combine the expertise of Google in computing and cybersecurity with Dentsply Sirona's expertise in dentistry. We believe that this is a very interesting combination, a very fruitful collaboration, and it will help us achieve the goal of hiding the complexities of digital dentistry and deliver better software in a faster and more reliable fashion. When you compare how we have treated software over the last years and what we are set to become with DS Core, there are many notable differences also for you as customers and partners. With DS Core unifying our software offering, there are many advantages for you, and you will be able to feel the simplification firsthand. When it comes to the various portals that Dentsply Sirona has and is running at the moment, DS Core will unite and integrate all of our current portals that you use. No matter if it's Connect Center to work together with your lab, if it's ShareSmell or Atlantis Web Order. With DS Core, you will only need a single password moving forward to engage with Dentsply Sirona or order from your partners through our portals. You will also no longer have to learn different software, as all of our existing and new software will be on DS Core in the future. This means you always start from an integrated and secure patient database, and you access the workflows that you need all in one single suite accessible from any web browser. Last but not least, DS Core also gives you the benefits that cloud software has in general. No more installations, no more licenses, no more hardware and software upgrades, as you will always access the latest software through your web browser. Another important benefit of working cloud-based is the accessibility not only of data, but also of the entire workflow stack. You are no longer limited to workstations, to specific devices, or to your practice. You can virtually access the data from anywhere. If you're on vacation and you feel like you want to work today, that's fine. We don't encourage you to do that, but it just illustrates what cloud can do to you and how much more the accessibility is improved by cloud-based software. Or maybe if you have always considered to do some work from home, maybe placing lab orders, there's no need to do that in the practice. DS Core gives you all you need to do that effectively. So this is what we're set to become with DS Core. And luckily enough, we have already taken the first important steps. Let us have a look at what is already available for use today on DS Core. DS Core, as it is available today, already can help you improve your workflows in 4 key areas. First, building up a secure and accessible patient library with all of your patient media, from intraoral scans, X-ray scans, and all of the other media that you keep and record of patients. Second, connecting your practice to specialists, to peers, and labs by making file sharing and collaboration easier. Third, Better connect your manufacturing workflow through DS Core. So sending data from your integrated patient library for in-house manufacturing to your design software is much easier with DS Core. And fourth and last, accessing our new and innovative services such as DS Core Create for receiving ready-to-print design files and DS Core Care for making your equipment service and support more intelligent moving forward. To be more precise, those 4 key areas are supported with many useful functionalities on the DS Core platform already today. Let us have a closer look. Before we start exploring the specific functionalities of DS Core, we would like to first recap together what the concrete functionalities are that DS Core supports since more than 1 year already. Those functionalities have been substantially enhanced with the new DS Core releases that we presented at the IDS exhibition in Cologne in March 2023. So, what can DS Core do today already, and which benefits does it bring to your practice? DS Core is an open platform, which means no matter if you're using Dentsply Sirona equipment or not, you can use DS Core because you can always upload via drag and drop all open common files in dentistry, such as STL, DICOM, and of course also manufacturing files and additional media of the patient. So no matter which equipment you're using, DS Core is as open as it could be in that regard. However, customers that are using Dentsply Sirona equipment, such as PrimeScan, Orthofos, or Axios, they will benefit from a more seamless workflow as the upload of media of new scans happens automatically to DS Core in the background without any user interaction. Once the patient media has been consolidated on DS Core, that media is highly accessible as it is stored in the cloud. So you can view the media online, you can download it from anywhere since you access it through the cloud, and you also have the appropriate file conversion tools. So if your PrimeScan scan uploads to DS Core, however you need an STL file or you need to convert it to work in your 3Shape software, you can do that directly by downloading it from DS Core in the appropriate file type through your web browser. Also, once the media is available on DS Core, it's very easy and convenient to share the media in a compliant manner, with the recipient of the file share being able to use DS Core for free to collaborate with you. The benefit of collaborating and sending files through DS Core is that you do it in a protected and very convenient environment, and that also the collaboration is a two-way street. So not only can you send files, but you can also receive files from the same person through DS Core. So it's a very nice collaboration that goes back and forth, continuously exchanging files and collaborating together. As of today, there are 2 new services already available on DS Core. The first one is DS Core Create, which we will explore in more details further. Just to describe in one sentence what is DS Core Create allows you to order design files for use with PrimePrint that are done by expert dental technicians and that are highly optimized for use with PrimePrint for your convenience. An additional service that we offer through DS Core is DS Core Care. DS Core connects to your Dentsply Sirona devices, and by connecting your equipment to DS Core, they will upload technical device data automatically that our service technicians and hotline teams can use to provide you with faster service. So in case you call our hotline, they will already know and they don't have to ask you specific questions. Which software do you use? How much storage do you have left? Which firmware do you use on your camera? All of that information is already accessible through us, so we can provide more seamless and faster service for your equipment. Already today, DS Core can connect to most devices and equipment from Dentsply Sirona's portfolio. All of our intraoral scanners and X-ray devices upload their new scans to DS Core. To avoid data inconsistency in the dental practice, Sidexis can already connect to the most common practice management systems, and the same connection is in development for our Connect and Cerex software to directly retrieve the patient information from the PMS software, so there can never be data inconsistency between the various systems used in the dental practice, including DS-Core. All of our Dentsply Sirona devices can upload technical device data already for use with our service solution DS-Core Care. This means your prime print solution, your milling unit, but also your existing intraoral scanners and Dentsply Sirona X-ray devices can upload the technical data to DS-Core, but for use by our service technicians. Once the data is available in your DS-Core library, you can work with your partner labs, you can access DS-Core Create and also DS-Core Care as new services available directly on the Core platform. Intraoral scans that you have in your practice that you want to use for in-house manufacturing, they can be sent directly to any CEREC or in-lab workstation with the latest software that you may have in your clinic or lab. So not only do we upload the intraoral scans automatically, but we also offer you a very convenient way how you can use the files from the DS-Core library by having the counterpart, more or less the automatic download to a local software, also available with the click of a button. This is what DS-Core was already able to support you with in the past. Let us have a look at what we have introduced during the last weeks and which exciting updates DS-Core has to offer for you now. One of the highlights that we have recently introduced was around patient communication on DS-Core. Let us firstly explore high level how the patient communication workflow on DS-Core works. First of all, you would access your comprehensive patient media library in the patient card on DS-Core. You would go ahead and select the appropriate media to display them on a digital canvas where you can arrange the media and you can also cross-reference to communicate with the patient. You then would add annotations to the media on the canvas and you would be able to share the media directly with the patient in a so-called patient share. The idea with our patient communication solution on DS-Core is that we make use of the broad set of patient media in your DS-Core library to help you communicate with the patient in a more profound way. So bringing X-ray media, intraoral scans, and all of the other media together on one screen for the first time. By doing this, you can better communicate the diagnosis and treatment proposal with the goal of increasing the acceptance of your patient. As all of the tools will be cloud-based, the patient communication can be done from anywhere, from a tablet, on your dental chair's screen, or on any screen you have in your practice that can connect to the internet. Our patient communication solution consists of the following components. The patient card, where all of your patient files are stored and previewed on DS-Core. The communication canvas, which is essentially an endless whiteboard where you can arrange and display all of the media from DS-Core. You are able to add annotations freehand to the media on the canvas to visually support the conversation. So if you discuss with a patient, for example, an intraoral scan, and there is an area of interest, you can virtually draw a circle around that and leave a text box there for better understanding of your patient and for the patient to memorize the conversation that you had. You will also have the possibility to share the media with the patient in a password-protected share for additional engagement. Oftentimes, when engaging with patients, we hear from our customers that patients have difficulties to decide if they want to move ahead. They first would like to consult with their partners at home or with their family. And the patient share is an excellent tool to support that. You can share media with the patient, you can set a password for the patient to access the media, and the patient at home can overthink the decision and also can make use of the media that you have communicated to her or him using annotations and using all of the media on DS-Core. The highlight of the entire solution is the communication canvas, one of the most versatile tools you will ever have worked with. Let us go into more details about the communication canvas. The idea of the communication canvas is to create a tool to display all of the media from the DS-Core patient library, such as X-ray scans or intraoral scans, along with photos, videos, and other media you may have of the patient. What our first customers using the tool like about it, in particular, is that when explaining a clinical condition, it allows you to cross-reference the issue with all of the media on the canvas. Let us make a quick example to explain this in more detail. Let us assume you are discussing an implant treatment with a customer, a patient. So naturally, you would start by explaining a CBCT scan and the diagnosis to your customer. Before conducting the treatment, you would have to extract an existing tooth maybe, and to explain that, you would add a picture from your intraoral camera where you can already see a cavity on the tooth surface of that very tooth. To explain how the condition has worsened over time and why the treatment is needed now, you would add an intraoral scan that you have taken of the patient about 1 year ago to the canvas. So all of your media go there, and you have the various media that visualizes the condition in a different way, and by doing that you can really take the conversation to a new level. And this shows the benefit of having all of your patient data on DSCore and also having the past data on DSCore, as you can easily cross-reference all of the media, and for additional engagement you can always go back into the patient timeline to see how the condition has evolved. To make the tool even more convenient for you to use, you can go ahead and open the canvas on the screen of your dental chair maybe, or on any workstation without having to do an installation. This is just an example of the intention that we have with the communication canvas and where we want to take the tool to. Making your patient communication more profound and efficient, with the possible outcome that the patient accepts your treatment proposal more often with a higher confidence and trust. Besides the communication canvas, we recently introduced a new functionality that allows you to work with your lab in a more efficient manner. Besides the patient communication solution, primarily with the communication canvas, we have also introduced a new solution to order and collaborate with labs and other service providers. The DSCore Order Portal is a tool to collaborate with your favorite lab through the DSCore platform, or to also engage with new service providers. We support all common clinical applications, and all of the information your lab needs to get started with the order are included in the ordering workflow. While this is something that is well known already in our today's workflow and also in other dental platforms, here is where the DSCore Order Portal stands out. First of all, you can work with open files in the DSCore Order Portal. No matter which piece of equipment you're using, you can always go ahead and upload STL media or DICOM files and use them for the respective orders. The Order Portal also accesses the wide range of media that is stored in your DSCore patient library, including X-ray media, for example. The DSCore Order Portal allows you to also order design files only from your existing lab through the DSCore platform for in-house manufacturing, if that is the workflow that you would like to wish. DSCore also allows you to exchange files back and forth instead of sending, in the traditional workflow, a single scan to your lab only. So it's a nice two-way street collaboration also with your lab in this case. Since also the DSCore Order Portal is cloud-based, you can access the tool from anywhere and not just from the software that has been installed on your intraoral scanner or workstation. The DSCore Order Portal will unite all of our Dentsply Sirona services, such as DSCore Create, already available today, and also SureSmile and Atlantis, and so on. What is remarkable and unique to mention about the DSCore Order Portal is that the collaboration and the exchange of files with your lab is redesigned, and fundamentally we make use of a shared digital folder approach. So both parties can access through the safe and secure DSCore environment a shared folder to both exchange files back and forth while keeping the logic of an order workflow that has to be approved and physically sent to the dentist back. A very secure and convenient solution to collaborate with your lab. To gain a better understanding of what DSCore can really do today and how to navigate the platform, Let us do a live demonstration of DSCore now. DSCore is accessible through any web browser under dscore.com, and depending on the geography where you will be based, there will be a prefix added to the link automatically. We are in our DSCore account right now, and we have a set of demonstration media here. We would always start on DSCore on our dashboard, where we can easily navigate to our patient library, to our orders, and also to all of the shares that we've issued in the past. Let us start by exploring one of the demonstration patients, Tim Endo, which is obviously an endo patient. We see that in our patient library, there is a rich set of patient media consisting of intraoral scans from PrimeScan, consisting of various photos from intraoral cameras, bite-wing scans, and also CBCT scans taken with one of our CBCT units. While we immediately are presented with a preview of the media, we can always view the media online to get a quick glimpse about what the photo in media is about. We can also open 3D CBCT images and render them directly online in the cloud, which is going to take some seconds to load, since this is a very big media file. And we can even virtually navigate through the slices of that 3D volume quite conveniently, which illustrates how performant and powerful cloud technology is already today. We can also preview our intraoral scans online. So this is a scan that has been taken with PrimeScan, automatically uploaded to that patient. And we can, of course, preview the scan online for our own purposes, but also for patient communication purposes, of course. Also here we can virtually navigate the 3D volume. We can have a look at specific jaws only, and we can even have the occlusal contact points displayed directly in DSCore. Suppose we want to share media now with a colleague because Endo Tim is now leaving the practice and we want to refer the media to a new dentist. That can be done very easily on DSCore. We have the full set of media already available, and we're just going to go ahead and select all of the relevant documents that we would like to send the new dentist of Endo Tim. Also select one of the intraoral photos, and all we do is we initiate a share. We can always anonymize the share, and we can enter any email address of who should receive that share. What's nice about DSCore in terms of more complex cases and more complex collaboration, you can always add multiple recipients. So if you want to work with a lab, with a specialist, and with a surgeon maybe at the same time, DSCore allows you to do that. You can enter a message for the recipient. And we can set an expiry date, so the share is going to expire after precisely 30 days. We hit send, and the recipient of the media will now be asked to join DSCore with a free account and can access the media, review them online, and also download them. But maybe the new dentist found out that also it would be beneficial to receive an intraoral scan that has been taken a year ago. We can just always upload additional media to the share for the other clinician to provide with. And this is how easy it is to exchange files back and forth through DSCore, through the sharing and collaboration function. Quite remarkably and quite new on DSCore is the communication canvas that we've explored earlier. To access the canvas, we can click the canvas button, and we're presented with the digital canvas, which essentially is a whiteboard without limitations in each dimension. And we can just go ahead and select the media that we would like to display on our canvas. So we're going to go ahead and select an intraoral scan. We will also add a CBCT media for additional engagement. And we will also select the bite-wing photo and a photo from our intraoral camera that we've taken of that patient. Add it to the canvas. And we arrange it in a way that fits our screen. And we could just go on like this forever. There's no limit to how many medias you can add, but of course we want the patient communication to be concise. This is why we'll leave it with 4 media for now.
It's very easy to navigate the communication canvas since there is this virtual map, and if I click somewhere, it will navigate there automatically. We could start the patient communication here by exploring together with the patient the intraoral scans. Still, feedback from clinicians that we get on a regular basis is that patients are oftentimes very fascinated to see their teeth in such a way. We can also explore, of course, the CBCT by going into the sub view, enlarging it a little bit, and we can also discuss here with the patient what the clinical condition is about. We can also always maximize the sub view of the panoramic image here, look at specific areas, and maybe if we want to also adjust the panoramic curve, this is also something that we can do directly in the communication canvas to make sure the panoramic image is calculated properly. We go back, and this is what was mentioned earlier to you in the presentation, that the communication canvas is a very powerful tool to flexibly arrange all of the media and to cross-reference clinical condition on additional media where the condition is visualized in different ways. Now let's suppose our patient now has agreed to move forward and we would like to order now something from our lab because we place an implant for endotim. However, the prosthetic work will be done by our preferred laboratory. In that case, we'll go ahead and select an intraoral scan and we will click Order. By clicking Order, we are getting to the Order portal where we can select all of the clinical services that our preferred laboratory provides. In that case, we would just like to have a final restoration, and to be precise, we want a crown on tooth number 16. DSCore allows me to order the full service consisting of the final product, however also only the design service in case I want to produce in-house myself. DSCore also proposes parameters, and DSCore will learn from you over time what your preferred parameters are, but this is all of the information your lab needs to fulfill the order. Continue. Our scan is already pre-selected, so we can proceed. We select our preferred laboratory. We choose the delivery date, and we want it next week. Please hurry the order up. This is a special patient. We remove the patient information by default, and we request the order from our laboratory. Our laboratory can join DSCore free of charge, and later on in the presentation, you will receive additional information about what DSCore can do for labs. But fundamentally, the collaboration with labs is also redesigned into a shared folder approach, where additional media can be exchanged back and forth. So we can simply add new media for the laboratory to work with, for example, a new intraoral scan that will be available immediately to the lab. However, we can also add some intraoral images that we have taken from our camera simply to the order with the click of a button. Our laboratory can communicate with us through the chat function, and our laboratory can also convert the scans in all the common file formats that are needed to proceed with the clinical work and the application manufacturing in their preferred software solution.
If you have made it until this point, you should already have a sound understanding now how the DSCore platform looks like, which functionality it has, and what are the benefits that we expect for a dental practice to arise out of DSCore. When considering whether to sign up to DSCore or not, it is very important to acknowledge that DSCore is also available to use for free, and you will always be able to try DSCore out without having to provide any payment information or having to commit to a subscription with Dentsply Sirona. The steps for our customers to get started on DSCore are: you would always sign up using your email address, you would share a set of practice details with us, like the address and also the name of the dentist registering. You would have to confirm the platform terms and conditions, and you would have the option to choose a paid subscription or to simply try the platform without any obligation. What do we mean by that? DSCore is offered in 4 tiers, which are subscriptions that are paid on a monthly basis. We offer DSCore in the Light, Standard, and Advanced subscription, and if you choose a paid subscription, DSCore comes with the full set of functionalities. The only difference between the tiers is the respective cloud storage that is included, from 1 terabyte to 6 terabyte to 15 terabyte. We also offer DSCore in the so-called Access Plus tier, which is an account type that is permanently non-paid, which means no payment is ever needed for this kind of account. With the Access Plus account, the functionality includes primarily the ordering function. So if you would just like to collaborate with your lab through DS Core and still make use of the benefits such as better accessibility for the order portal, you can do that without having to make a payment ever. With the Access Plus account, there is also cloud storage included. However, the media is only kept on a temporary basis for 7 days and if used for an order for 30 days. Now, we understand that sometimes it's hard to make a decision before having worked with the product. For that reason, when new customers sign up to DS Core, they can simply skip the decision whether they would like a subscription or not, and without any obligation or commitment, they can try DS Core in the full functionality for 3 months before then having to decide, do they want a paid subscription or would our customers simply like to continue working with the lab only with the free Access Plus account. It's very easy to get signed up on DS Core. It takes about 5 minutes only to get started with DS Core. As one of the first steps would be to fill up the DS Core patient library with all of the patient data, and for that the best way is to start connecting all Dentsply Sirona equipment to the DS Core account. For example, the intraoral scans are uploaded with PrimeScan automatically. If our customer is using third-party equipment, the upload can be done via drag and drop with all common file formats. The same goes with X-ray. If you use our ZXA software, one of the latest versions, the file upload will happen automatically. If there is a third-party competitor system in the practice, the upload can be done drag and drop for every patient. Other media upload is also possible via drag and drop to the platform anytime, and we support a really broad range of file types for DS Core. Those are the available subscriptions for clinicians, and again, the recommended way is simply try the product out. No commitment, no payment information is needed to do that, and then customers can still decide whether they like it or not. Now, we have explored what DS Core can do for a clinician. Yet, earlier you have learned that DS Core also comes with an order portal, which allows you to effectively collaborate with your laboratory through the DS Core platform. So of course, DS Core is now also available for laboratories to use. The benefit of DS Core for labs is also essentially that all orders, files, and messages can be managed in one place, independently which intraoral scanner the lab's customers are using. All of the orders can be taken through DS Core, no matter if the clinician is using PrimeScan or any other competitive intraoral scanner system. DS Core provides a safe and efficient solution to place order and to collaborate with all clinicians in one single platform only. DS Core is also made to be integrated into any lab workflow as easy as possible. This is achieved, for example, by being able to convert PrimeScan scans into all common file formats, namely DXD, STL, PLY, and the format needed to work with the Exocad software. It is also highly integratable into a dental lab with regards to licenses, installations, and workstations. Labs can access DS Core through a web browser without having to worry about installations or any licenses. They just open the web browser, sign up as a laboratory on DS Core, and they can access it from virtually anywhere, any workstation in the laboratory or also outside of the laboratory. The best thing about DS Core for labs is that it's permanently for free. So receiving orders through DS Core, growing and expanding the customer base through DS Core is a great opportunity, and the best of it, it's permanently free to use for dental laboratories. The benefit of also here working cloud-based is that there are no installations needed. It's very easy to implement, no payment information is needed, and labs also do not have to worry about updates since always the latest version is used, since DS Core is a cloud-based system powered by Google Cloud. Let us now jointly explore what are the specific functionalities that DS Core offers for laboratories. DS Core for Labs is primarily built to receive orders and to collaborate with all clinicians that a lab has. So the functionalities that are available for a lab free of charge are primarily built to support the order and collaboration workflow. First, in the top left corner, of course, labs can review the order. They can view the media online, such as the intraoral scans, can be opened directly in the DS Core platform within seconds, and the order can be accepted or declined. DS Core also comes with a chat to chat with clinicians, and the chat can also be archived. The media, in particular of intraoral scans, can be viewed online, and as you see on the top right corner, also the occlusal contact points can be added. So while the patient is still sitting in the chair, the lab can still, through DS Core, request a new scan should that ever be needed. Incoming media, such as intraoral scans from PrimeScan, can be downloaded, and they can also be converted into the appropriate file format. If a laboratory uses our in-lab CAD or CAM software, the intraoral scan can be seamlessly opened in that software with a click of a button. DS Core then would automatically from the cloud download the case and open it in the local software for design or manufacturing within the dental lab with a single click. The best part about the DS Core order and collaboration workflow is the shared folder approach, which also allows the lab to send files back, whether it's a design proposal, whether it's a finished design that a clinician wants to manufacture in-house, or whether it's just any arbitrary file that the lab or the clinician would like to exchange while the order is in progress and is about to be manufactured by the lab. This is very, very simple, and this is a substantial enhancement compared to today's workflow, which is simply sending a scan in one shot only to the lab. One of the biggest benefits of working with DS Core is that we have built the platform in such a way that it allows you and it supports you to fulfill all of your needs arising out of GDPR and HIPAA when it comes to data storing and also when it comes to collaborating and ordering from your lab. First of all, DS Core is run on Google Cloud's infrastructure, which means we use the state-of-the-art technology in terms of computing and also in terms of cybersecurity of a trusted and well-reputable cloud software company. The physical server location will depend on the geographic region and is primarily chosen to be compliant with local legislations and also to provide you with the best performance when using the cloud system. If you are from the United States, then the server is physically based in the United States. If you are a customer and a partner from the European Union, the server is physically based in Germany. Dentsply Sirona allows you, if you work with DS Core, to adhere to all of the requirements out of GDPR that you have. For example, you can always track who has access to media in DS Core, and you can always delete files if the patient maybe revokes the consent to process the data. Accessibility of data is only possible in DS Core to all of the persons you have authorized the access to, which means either the person is registered as a user in your DS Core account, or you have shared the patient media either with a colleague or with your lab to process an order. Dentsply Sirona and also Google Cloud does not have access to any personal information of your patients on DS Core. One of our latest services that are accessible through DS Core that we've introduced to you earlier is DS Core Create. We now would like to provide you with additional information what DS Core Create can do to your practice. DS Core Create is probably a very attractive solution for you if you agree with one of the following statements about in-house manufacturing. Maybe you have always considered to tap into in-house manufacturing with milling or 3D printing, or you have always considered to expand your current in-house manufacturing, also here maybe with 3D printing. However, what we hear at times from customers is that they don't want to operate the design software themselves. You have to learn it, you have to delegate it, and you have to teach others. So why not outsource it? Or sometimes maybe your time is very valuable and also your staff time is already very valuable, and design process typically takes a little bit of time, in particular if you start learning it. So also here outsourcing could be a good solution for you. Or maybe you like the current workflow of working together with your lab. However, you've always considered in-house manufacturing, but again, the design software is the hurdle here. Also here, outsourcing the case design through DS Core Create can be a very good alternative for you. Or last but not least, maybe you want to invest, but you're not sure, does it pay off? What about the profitability? and usually time saving will be a big factor here. And if you consider outsourcing the most time intensive task of designing, also maybe we can take away the concern of profitability for you to invest into 3D printing in the future. DSCore Create is a design service that is specialized in providing ready-to-print files for 3D printing with PrimePrint solution. DSCore Create is available as a service, making use of the vast library of patient media on the DSCore platform, as well as of the seamless and streamlined ordering workflow through the DSCore order portal that you have seen earlier. DSCore Create essentially connects you with expert dental technicians, so you can borrow their expertise for an individual design, and to not only design, but also to arrange the manufacturing with the support structures and all of the considerations needed to achieve a superior 3D printing outcome. DSCore Create gives you access to not only the high quality designs, but also it helps you ensure a consistent treatment outcome when printing indications with PrimePrint. Also here, the idea is that we are convinced that you should not spend all of your time designing clinical work, but also that you should spend more time treating your patient, because after all, this is why you became a dentist in the first place. DSCore Create currently supports the following indications: night guards and splints, thermoforming models, custom impression trays, temporary restorations, working models, and also CEREC guides can be ordered as a ready-to-print 3D file through DSCore from expert labs in your country. Now let us explore the DSCore Create workflow, how it works directly in your practice, and how also easy, efficient, and delegable it is in your practice. You would start in the dental chair together with your patient, and you would take a scan of the patient first, and that scan would be uploaded automatically to the DSCore platform if you use PrimeScan. Now, the benefit of DSCore Create is you would be able to determine on a spontaneous basis whether you have time and capacity to do the design yourself, or whether you would like to rely on the DSCore Create service to receive a ready-to-print file by an expert dental technician to borrow the design expertise for one order. In the DSCore platform, you would take the scan and navigate through the order portal, and you would order a design through the order portal for that appropriate application. The DSCore Create Partner Lab has 15 minutes to accept or to refuse the order, which means in the background a lab technician will review the scan and will confirm whether the scan is good in quality to proceed with the order. Also, the lab will within 6 business hours design the clinical application and provide access to the clinical design for you through the DSCore platform. Now you will receive a notification in your DSCore platform that the order has been completed, and you have 2 business hours to approve the design, or also maybe to request changes if you're unhappy with the design proposal as it has been done with DSCore Create. Once you accept the design proposal, you can directly send the file into your local in-lab CAM software, from where you can initiate the 3D printing process with the click of a button. And this is where DSCore Create really stands out. It's really optimized to work with PrimePrint, so all of the support structures, all of the arrangements of the building plate is already done, and all you need to do is to hit print and start the 3D printing process in your dental practice.